Okay, now the next step, the next assignment. Here I have my original quote. The next step is to leave the bold words there and write around it. And let me say this, don't worry about perfect writing. Don't even worry about great writing or even good. Just make it good enough. So I'm going to show you that. I changed it to Cash's poor childhood made him feel like an underdog in life, so he later wrote music with the message, no matter how much trouble, there's hope. It doesn't flow very well. Yeah, I wrote something, I could change a different word, and I will, but I'm not worried about that. People have hesitancy about their writing because the first draft is never very good. And let it be not very good. Let it just be good enough for now. You'll rethink it. You ever think of the perfect thing to say 10 minutes too late and you want to rewind to, there's a French term for that, spirit of the stairs, esprit de scal, or something like that. When you like think of the perfect word just a few seconds too late and you want to run back down the stairs and like put everybody where they're at, you go, okay, say that thing again, I get the perfect comeback. That's what life is like. But in writing, you get to reinsert that moment later on. You'll think of the perfect word later. Just write something for now. Fill out the sentence. It's called a rough draft. So, take it easy on yourself. So, Cash's poor childhood made him feel like an underdog in life. So, he later wrote music with a message no matter how much trouble, there's hope. Doesn't flow very well. I'm not sure if I need that comma there. Maybe I need a colon. I don't know. But I'm not worried about that right now. Once we've done that, the next step has to be this. You've got to write 2 sentences about why you think it's important and guide yourself. You don't have to do the formula that I'm about to show you, but while you're thinking about it the first time, you got to force yourself to write some stuff down because that moment's gone forever. Whatever your favorite movie is, you've seen it more than once. But the 10th time you've seen it and the 11th time you've seen it are not that much, they're not that different. The first time you saw it was different from the second, for sure. So this is the first time you're writing it. What thoughts are you having now? Preserve them the best you can. And again, don't worry about perfect writing. Just give yourself something to work with later. So TST stands for this shows that. Don't type those words. Say it. And then type the rest. This shows that blah, blah, blah. What is an example of why it's important? And then force yourself to take it further. TCM stands for this could mean. Don't type that. But this could mean what? Well, you say what it could lead to, what it connects to, what hidden insights that you see. And Grammarly's telling me that I used bad grammar there, but I don't care. This is a rough draft. So that you. Oh, thank you, Grammarly. Anyway, what did they say? So on the second one, you bridge forward. I could say that you could see this in his lyrics. So now I've led myself, I've provoked my thoughts into thinking, well, look for some lyrics that do this. And then boom, that's a paragraph. I connect those 2 things together and do the same exact thing. Go find some lyrics and then say 2 sentences about them. Connect those things together, write a topic, sentence, a conclusion. You've written a paragraph. That's how these things write from the inside out. I could say something, the second time I look at it, I could say something much more deep. And I could say, well, if he's always an underdog, what happens when he becomes rich and famous? What happens when he becomes powerful and he's not an underdog anymore? Will he be a fraud? You know what I mean? Will he lose his art if he's not? You know what I'm saying? Did I find that in that story from Esquire? No. But I'm allowed to think it. And if you've ever written a paper and you just felt like you're repeating yourself, that's not such a bad thing because you found your theme. You just didn't go anywhere with it. So, one last thing when you write this stuff, let me get my pen. When you write this stuff, give yourself the right to be wrong for now. This is what we are thinking right now. I'm writing in white ink. There we go. Okay, this is just to provoke thought for later on. So again, don't worry about perfect wording. But just make them slightly different. This is about that. This is about what could it connect to. Okay? And leave it open-ended. You will be shocked about what, when you read it again, the mind wants to make connections and what you'll make connections to. You know what I mean? So That's our next goal. This wording is not great. This stuff, but that's fine. This stuff is preserved. We have our works cited list, or I'm sorry, parenthetical citation already written for us. That didn't take any work. Scriber is taking care of our works cited list and making it as we go, as long as you log in, and it's free. And we are building and making ourselves think about, well, what should I go look at next? And where can I take it to? But force yourself as soon as you can to write these two things and just write down your thoughts. If you have trouble typing, get speech to text, which is an add-on on Google Doc, and just say it. And pretend you're explaining it to your cousin, your younger cousin. Just say what, this is what it means, and this is what it could be. The thing will type it itself, and boom, it's preserved. Cool? So that's the next assignment, is to have work on that, go from an original to a paraphrased, a blended quote. Okay, use quotes around what you can leave the bold there. That's fine. This is a rough draft. You've got to use Scriber for that bit, and then write down two thoughts. Okay, if you can do this, you can write a 20-page paper.